How's it going, you guys? It's Max here, bringing you guys another gameplay commentary. Today, we're going to be going over the pros and cons of the M26 mass. It fires the 12 gauge, slug, buck, flashette, frag round, all that good stuff. And some of the pros, this is definitely one of the gadgets you have to look out for, because if you're playing, let's just say this, if you're playing on softcore, you're going to get hit marks. And you're going to get hit marks unless you're spraying the guy in the face. And even if you're spraying the guy in the face, you might even get at least 1 or 2 hit marks. So definitely watch out for that. The rate of fire is definitely pretty slow. Reloading each shell is definitely a pain in the ass. But once you get down the certain, how can I say this, a certain click where you can play defensive and offensive, safely without, running into multiple enemies at once. Because I swear, if you are running into one guy, you will stand a pretty good chance. 2 or 3 guys, you're getting kind of, iffy. You don't really want to go too aggressive because, like I said before, the reload speed is really slow, especially if you're reloading the whole magazine. You have to reload the whole what is it called, the hammer, whatever it is, the reloading thingamajigger. But anyways, yeah, definitely don't rush with this weapon, and you might not want to play too defensive as well. So it's kind of half and half. I really recommend only using this weapon if you're trolling, first of all, with frag rounds, because you'll see in the gameplay I shoot this guy with the 12 gauge frag rounds with the M26 mass. The guy's body goes flying across the whole map, I swear, right over my head. It's crazy. But in hardcore, this is where it gets kind of iffy. In hardcore, your medic kit is your best gadget. Your defibs are good, but in a tactical situation, you're the only guy planning the objective, or just playing team deathmatch, and you need to take cover and you re-heal. You need your medic pack for pretty much any situation. I mean, even if you take 1 or 2 hits, you're still not going to regenerate that 10 or 20% health. So you have to regenerate health as much as you can, and that's what the M26 mass takes away from you with. It just allows you to use your medic kit, but then again, you have this mediocre. It's not even a standalone shotgun itself. It's not a primary and it's not a secondary. It's more like it's a half-ass secondary weapon, or your secondary weapon. If you get what I'm saying, it's not like a handgun or an RPG or something like that, but it's not an assault rifle either. So it's more of a tactical shotgun style. Like if you're rushing into a room and not a lot of hostiles are in there, then you're gonna be set. I mean, the hip fire on this thing isn't that bad. You cannot put any laser sight on it, so that kind of takes away from the point of hip firing. But let's just take a second to go over the ammo types as well. So buckshot, everybody knows buckshot is good at range. At the specified range for any shotgun, the buckshot will exceed, or excel, I should say, in direct impact damage. I'm not sure how many pellets they shoot at once. It's like 7 or 8 or something like that. I'm not big into stats, but definitely the M26 mass buckshot is good for close range, medium range, long range, not so good. That's where you get into the slug rounds. Now the slug rounds, you have to be careful, because if you're going to be hip firing, you want to make sure every shot counts, because since the slug round you only shoot at 1, you're not going to be able to have that bullet spread or the spread of the pellets that you would with the buckshot or flashette. So you're pretty much, anytime you want to use the slug rounds, I recommend aiming down your sights no matter what. Whether in CQB, long range, I don't care. It's not going to be that effective when you're hip firing. I go on a pretty good kill streak hip firing with the slug rounds, but that's because I am on hardcore, and I only get 1 hits because I just got lucky, and I know where my barrel's pointing. You don't have a laser sight, so you can't really tell where you're pointing at. It's just kind of like a second nature by the time you get good at hip firing. Like, you just kind of aim in that general direction, and you kill the guy. So flashette, everybody knows flashette is good for. The flashette is, like everybody knows, It is good for penetrating light materials. Sheet metal, I'm guessing, would tear it apart. Plywood, like you can tear through that pretty easily. But even by then, like your sidearm can do just as well. Or if you're just gonna waste like half a magazine blowing through plywood, or using a grenade to blow through sheet metal, there's really no use for the M26 mass flashette, at least. Definitely, I would probably say the flashette would be good for longer range. Not so much as good as direct impact as the slug rounds or the buckshot, but definitely it does have a little bit more range than the normal buckshot. But then again, it has less range than the slug rounds. So you're kind of at a choice here. Do you want range, high stopping power, but low, like super low bullet spread with the slugs? Do you want, really tight CQB, but good, mediocre, sort of good at stopping power with the buckshot? Or do you want your advantage to be range? Now, the flashette I would definitely use for a map like Operation Metro. Like if you're at the B ticket booth and you're shooting across into the like the center sliding doors at the RU deployment, or I don't know, any of those kind of situations. It's very good for. I don't recommend, like I said before, I don't recommend using this on softcore I don't recommend using this on hardcore and softcore as well. So I'm not saying that the M26 mass is a complete waste of your time. Like if you haven't unlocked it yet, I know this review's kind of going out late, but since the patches have like changed a lot of stuff, and I am going to be redoing a lot of my older gun reviews because my older ones kind of, I don't know, they're kind of flawed. Like I'm not as good as doing commentaries as I am now, and the gameplay isn't as good. But yeah, I will be definitely looking forward to redoing my gun review on the M16. What are my thoughts on that? A lot of the DLC weapons like the UG-A3, M240, things like that. But anyways, like I said before, basic overall opinion of the M26 mass. I wouldn't primarily use it as your first gadget. I would definitely stick with the medic kit. I say that because in some situations the M26 mass is a pro, but most of the time it leaves you hanging. Like you need health, nobody on your squad or on your team is like near you, and you need the health. I would rather choose health, being able to take a couple more hits, than have a slow fire rate, semi, half-ass shotgun. I don't know. It's all up to you. I hope you guys enjoyed. Rate, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, happy killing.